And this is what I would challenge all black churches. We got more black churches in any neighborhood anywhere. But all these black churches taking up all these black offerings, and we ain't got no black banks.
Yeah.
That's my issue. You know, take up all the offering you want. But you mean to tell me Sister Martha been giving her money here for 40 years.
Right.
And she finna lose her house from property taxes.
It won't help her.
And the white bank that you've been putting the money in is buying her property. Sister Martha, she in all white every first Sunday for communion.
Right.
She's here when they had Sunday service, evening service.
Right.
Now, she's in a financial bind.
Right.
She's finna lose her house due to property tax, $2,000.
Couple thousand.
And she and the bank that the church that she go to, they bank with Bank of America.
Yeah.
Bank of America is finna buy her property.
With what money?
With her money.
The church's money.
With the church's money. Don't they say, oh, don't play with the church's money? And the church then put $20 million in this account in 30-something years.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And how much property has this church helped these people buy away from their own members?
Yo, what's happening? Let me bring this mic up so y'all can hear me. You feel me? You already know if you tuned in, you know what it is and you know what it ain't. You understand me? This is the Papa Duck Podcast. And listen, we finna get to y'all again like we do every week. You understand me? Now today I ain't got my dog here. My dog Steve, he ain't here. He handling some things. But guess what? I got my partner. We been down for about a good 20 piece. You feel me?
For real,
so,
for real.
Then my dog, man, you know what I'm saying? We've been rocking for a minute. We still rocking. And y'all already know what it is. My dog, J-Long, the entertainer.
We here, baby. It's time to ride.
It's time to ride. Listen, before we jump into it, man, listen, man, y'all already know. Let's get these sponsors out of the way. Listen, man. If you're trying to get your credit right, okay? I be trying to tell y'all, man, don't go in them people's establishment with them regular ass credit scores. Get your credit right, man. We grown now, okay? You know what I'm saying? And like I tell y'all, I'd rather y'all get assets, not liabilities. Don't build your credit just to tear it down, man. Get you a business. We got a whole list of businesses you can start at low cost, you know, low entry. Where if we get you 20, 25,000, 30,000, 50,000, you can come in. You got businesses. You can start with $5,000, man. You can get. We got somebody who started a lemonade stand. I showed y'all how much money they made. One lemonade stand. Now they on their second one. So hit Credit Mechanics up, man. Not only will they fix your credit, repair your credit, also consult, you know what I'm saying, analyze your credit, man, get you on the right path. This ain't that fluff. This ain't no, I'm guaranteeing you $300,000-$400,000. We ain't doing none of that. Listen, man, hit this number on the bottom of this post. Start fixing your credit today like I always tell y'all. And we done done over millions of dollars of consolidated debt off of people's credit. So that's what it is. And next sponsor, you already know. Listen, if you're trying to keep your house clean, if you got a business, office, or whatever, and you need somebody to come in and just, you know, clean it up, because you got to stay clean. Make sure y'all hit this number on the bottom of this flyer right here. Especially if you're located in the central area of Orlando, you know what I'm saying? And you know anybody with a business, an office, law firm, whatever it is, you handling your business, you busy, you can't clean it up, hit this number right here, and I guarantee you prices are good, and they'll come through and get you squeaky clean, all right? Listen, Ubuntu Apparel, y'all already see it. I'm rocking it right now. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go to ubuntuapparel.com. People always ask me what that means. That means I am because we are. This is a collectivism type of thing. This ain't, it's like, how can you be happy if I'm sad, and vice versa? So this is fashion with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go to ubuntuapparel.com. And also, what else we got?
Oh, man.
What we got right here, bro?
We got the champagne line, man. Part of Toast Up LLC. You know what I mean? This is right here. This is Von Sway, Pastor Von Sway.
Pastor Von Sway.
You know what I mean? The champagne. So you know, champagne is a very lucrative, business in the industry and in the entertainment industry. That all go hand in hand. You know what I mean? So Von Sway is the first one we dropping off the line, man. We got a tequila, Adios. Yeah, man, dangerously smooth. Get you a couple sips.
Adios.
You know what I'm saying?
Silver split to it.
Yeah. So we got the wet vodka. You know what I mean? But Von Sway is the first one that's that we launching off the line, man. So, you know, Von Sway is gonna take us where we need to go. Tap into that Ace of Spades market, man. They made $2 billion. So, you know.
Damn right. Black owned.
Black owned, man. Black owned.
Black owned, man. You know, we have to support, man. That's what the name of the game is. You know what I'm saying? Support. And speaking of support, you know what I mean? We've had headlines of, I know y'all seen the Asian guy, you know what I'm saying? He was very vocal about how he felt about black folks boycotting Asians, right? And, you know, and it's crazy, you know, when he said that, man, he kind of like, he enlightened the black community of where they should and shouldn't spend their money at.
Right.
It's kind of like he shot himself in the foot. And as you see, people all around are boycotting Asian shops and shit like that. You feel me? And the thing about it is this, like I said, if it weren't for black folks, then Asians or immigrants would never be able to come over here to this country. You understand me? And we know for a fact they wasn't able to get loans to open businesses in white neighborhoods, but they could in the black neighborhoods, okay? And blacks became one of the biggest supporters of Asians, Chinese, and different cultures that came over here. So to talk about your lifeline like that, it was like that was crazy as hell, you know? Even other Asian people was like, hey, man, we got nothing to do with that.
Right.
But it's like saying, this is your introduction to being black. Because a lot of us get stereotyped because our counterparts and we looked at like, hey, I ain't done a lot of shit black people did, but still, I'm still going to be held accountable because I'm black. So, welcome to the party.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, man. It's just not the Asians. You know, I own a gas station. So trafficking way I understood from the Indians.
Right.
You know what I mean? They the same way.
Same way.
You know, they'll talk about us crazy. Yeah. And we the ones who fund everything. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we have to understand. I call it you know, we got something in economics we call purchasing power.
Right.
But we got to understand our purchasing power. You know what I mean? That's where our voice is at. It's in our pockets. You know, it's cool in the voice, and it's in the vote too. Right. But it's actually in our pockets, and we control the narrative when we spend our money. Right. So we got to understand as a culture and as a people that we need to delegate all power.
Yeah, right.
Because you know, think about all our women that, you know, and men as well, to go to the Asian Chinese stores and, you know, go to the restaurants and stuff. But especially our women who shop, and nails, hair. Right. You know what I mean? All these things that they go do, and these people don't respect the value. They don't respect the value of us or the value of our dollar.
Basically, in layman's term, right? Basically, what he's saying is this: in layman's term, we are empowering our own enemy. Right. We are putting money in our enemy's pocket to therefore put them in a position to overcombat us. Okay. And the fact that we do purchase from these different people, it shows that we fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to that point where it's like you talking shit like that about us, we already, man, like I say, man, if you can't make it as a white man or if you can't make it as any other culture, if you can't make it as who you are, don't look a black person way. Don't look this way. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to make it. So for us to have empathy, you know, for other people outside of us, it's kind of crazy because we got it the worst. We get it the worst. And as you see, man, even with these Natasha dolls, I don't know if you saw them.
Natasha dolls.
The Natasha dolls. This shit is on TikTok. Crazy thing about TikTok, right? TikTok, you could post a woman in a thong and they'll flag you. But yet they got these Natasha dolls, which are like, they black dolls, they white dolls, but what they doing, they call them stress dolls. So they taking the black dolls, they throwing them on the ground, they burning them, they doing all type of stress relief, you know, activities with these dolls, and TikTok allowing this shit to be on their platform. And it's crazy because you got kids. Like I say, man, the algorithm will teach you, you know, what it is or what it ain't. You got to teach your kids if you ain't, you know, careful. So you got to teach your kids what this is and what this looks like. Don't let the algorithm teach them. But this is what's going on. They call Natasha dolls. It's crazy, bro. It's fucked up because, like I say, man, ever since I've been born, we've been getting our ass targeted from every which way, unconsciously, consciously, whether you understand or not. You know what I mean? And a lot of this shit happens, like they say, these are silent weapons for quiet wars. We fighting wars we don't know exist or don't think exist. You feel me? So just the fact of being able to create a doll that resembles a culture and how it's displayed online is fucked up entirely. And they call it Tasha dolls.
Well, we got to understand what the phones and what social media is now. It's the new television. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So back then we had the TV screens and that was our social media. Right. Now, and it painted the picture of whatever society wanted to paint. It was programming. So now we have different programs. We got TikTok program, we got the Instagram program, the Facebook program, you know, the Snapchat. So many different programs out there that's pushing their narratives on whatever they want to display on certain stuff. Right. So for us as a people, we have to understand we got to start controlling our own narrative. And we can't get involved in the narrative if it don't benefit us as a people. Right. You know, and we have to. It's power in unity.
Facts. Ubuntu.
And honestly, it's too much competition to be ordinary. Right. So as a people, we actually have to step outside of the box of the programming boxes that they put us in.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's because we have allowed this narrative to be a truth to us. Right. And really, it's a lie. So if we both agree that the lie is living, or if we dumb down all light to be shined, so somebody else light can be shined, and we both live in a lie. Right. And we allowing these programs to tell a lie on us and let the world think it's the truth.
So basically, they're put in the position to tell our story better than us. Right. And it paints the perception in people's minds. Like I tell you all the time, man, if you look up the patent of a TV is a telecommunication device that gives off stimulation through sound and imagery. What does that mean? It's like I always say, it's like watching a flick. You watching a nasty, or you watching porn, you go to get aroused, and you getting these emotions physically, and ain't nobody touched you. So that's the same thing when they show black people on TV selling dope, or women in the club stripping, or kids running around with guns. All this is stimulation. So when you talk about childhood trauma, no, this is real time trauma. Right. You getting this shit right now. So like you say, it's television telling us a vision, and it paints the perception, because everything we know is all we know, and all we know came from these same programs. And it's crazy. It's like what's his name? Norman Lear, Jewish guy. Mm-hmm. How did he get the credits for writing The Jeffersons or Good Times? Like, how can a Jewish guy write about black culture? And shout out to Florida Evans, because Florida Evans said they did not want a black father on the show, and she knew why. So that narrative can go out to America and say, hey, this is how black people live. This is, they come from broken homes. They don't got, fathers and all this. So like I say, when you put us under this type of scrutiny, this type of pressure, oppression, then expect for us to perform normally, that don't make no motherfucking sense. Like, leave us the fuck alone. And then let us thrive, even though we still thrive. Right. So like I tell people, when you suppress one area, you strengthen another. It's like losing your eyesight. Now sound becomes your vision. Mm-hmm. And that's something that no one can escape. This is like a universal law. So no matter what, man, I wish it was more equality and things to be where it's fair, but it's not.
Well, we have to stop biting into the trends, and we also got to understand what perception is. Perception sells reality. Mm-hmm. So whatever we perceive, we actually buy into. Right. You know what I mean? And how we most influence now. Right. Through the vision, which is programming, which is, social media, and the music. Mm-hmm. Music has always been a big influence, especially on our culture, because our music touches us in so many different ways. Right. But if we got the Jews, we got other people who control that department of what our perception is. Right. Now we got more gangster music. Now we got more trick music. Yeah. Now we got more music that has nothing that's gonna devalue the whole culture. Yeah. I mean, and shout out to old girl with her #1 record right now. Miami.
Scammers.
Yeah, but that record right there, and more power to him. You know what I'm saying? Not doing it. You know, it has had a massive takeover.
Yeah.
But what if that record was saying something, just a message was a little different? Well, you know, my holy people, well, would it had the same effect if it didn't say scammers? If it had the same effect and we wasn't talking about the boosters? You know, would that record be as big as it is if it didn't push the narrative that it's pushing?
The thing about it though, and you're right, you 1000% right? The thing about it is they would never take their money to fund the revolution. It goes against their agenda. So you 100% right. They'll rather push secular music because they benefit from this shit. They own the prison systems. They own the judicial systems. They can paint the narrative through music. And that shit goes more of a frequency. You know what I'm saying? Like, we listening to music on the wrong frequency. You know what I'm saying? Every emotion has a frequency. And each frequency is, they know how to amplify. So if 12,000 megahertz was the frequency of depression, they can hone in on that and amplify that. And you could be listening to this all day and not know why you feeling mad. Like, damn, man, why you feeling, you know what I'm saying? Then you got what they call ley lines. Ley lines stretch all across the whole globe, right? Each ley line either be a positive ley line or a negative ley line, right? Big synagogues, they build them on positive ley lines. The hood, they build them on negative ley lines. So this is a lot of shit people don't understand, don't even know what this is. So when you in the, so like you're in the projects, you in the hood, everything in the Southwest is always the hood. All right, this is some Masonic shit, depending on how where the sun rises and sets, some bullshit like that. But you can walk out and dog, you can just feel the negativity,
right?
Cause you on a negative ley line. You feel me? Everything does with geometry or numbers. If you look at the 33rd ley line and look at how many assassins was on there, car accidents. Like this is when you talk about geometry, when you talk about numerology, astrology, we talking about real ancient education that they are not gonna give you.
Correct.
You feel me? So when you speak of these things, bro, it's like all you gotta do is know this number pattern. You know, 369, the major combination of the universe. All this shit lines up. You feel me? But they teach us, go line up for Jordans. Go get the new iPhone. That's why I say they're not worried about us, because everything we know come from them. It's like, it's crazy how you allow your enemy to educate you. It just don't make sense. So you 100% right. They're gonna keep pushing that type of music. They're gonna keep pushing all music that's gonna make us operate from our lower chakras. We're talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why it's gonna be like that. So those type of songs are gonna always get pushed. You feel me? Because it's gonna keep us in that same stagnation. And we're gonna keep staying in our same situation because we, for one, don't understand. We just entertain. Right. We just jamming. We just waiting on Friday to come in. Bro, we really, the 95% of the world don't have a clue how this shit work. Don't have and it's not y'all fault. I be telling y'all that. You just born into a world where people already been here that's basically didn't get your consent, didn't ask you how you felt about this. They just running this shit. And you go to their schools, your reality comes from them.
Yeah.
And the law of mentalism, I tell you all the time, boy, mine is all. If you study that law of mentalism, that's gonna blow your motherfucking mind, I'm telling you.
But now, as we go into a different part, and then we can go to the revelation side of it, the revelatory side of it. Revelation means the unveiling of knowledge. So once we actually understand and the knowledge has been unveiled to us, now we actually have a certain responsibility to not just allow ourselves to be dumb. You know, and I think that's also, since we've been embedded this certain truth, when we find out certain, it's hard for a lot of people since they learn something, it's hard for them to unlearn and relearn. And we in a day and age where we have to unlearn and relearn the right way.
Definitely.
You know, and we could be onto that. We can actually know, okay, we know this ain't right. But we make an excuse for it.
Right.
Instead of holding ourselves accountable. Because we so quick to want to point, and I'm included in this too. I would never, not take myself away from this. Because you know what I mean? Because it's a everyday battle.
Right.
So we have to learn the accountability side of saying, you know what? I know that ain't right. I see this is a different way. Yeah. Now I have to hold myself accountable to be able to change myself. Because if I change myself, I can't change nobody else. Like you say in the airplane, it's going down. You got to put your mask on first before you try to say next nigga. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we have to take the accountability of our culture and where we at now. Because honestly, it's up to us. We can change anything at any given moment. Just like right now with all the Asians. If our people just stop going to the Asian restaurants and going to get their nails done and going to buy half for 30 days, you'll see 20-30% of they stores starting to close down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, in 30 days. And you know how many, and then if they spent that same money, I ain't telling you not to spend your money, just go spend it with yourself.
Yeah.
You know how many millionaires were birthed?
Like you said earlier, that the power of the dollar.
Purchasing power.
The purchasing power. And we're not consolidated as a culture when it comes to our finances. Like our shit just dispersed in so many different areas. And we don't have a seat at the table because we too busy spending our money with everybody at the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't care about us sitting at the table. It doesn't matter because we spending our money with them. And the people at the table not spending their money back.
Never.
It ain't gonna happen.
You ain't never seen a Chinese person at a soul food restaurant.
Nope.
You ain't gonna never see that.
Nope. That's true.
You know?
Y'all hear that? That's true.
Name one time you hadn't seen an Asian at a soul food restaurant.
That's true. And it's crazy because like people gotta understand everything. This is a world of duality, meaning two. So as the world teaches us as blacks, just like the same with the Carmelo Anthony situation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The world will show us that black folk don't have no position here, we don't got no power, we're gonna keep getting our ass handed to us. But it also shows and programs other cultures that we are better than black folks. Look at them, they keep getting their ass whooped, they keep going through the same shit. But this is like socialism, this is capitalism, this is Marxism, this is like corporatocracy, this is like the higher ups sitting back, making us fight against each other, and they use all type of strategic ways to do that. And when we done fighting each other, they move in and just knock off the access. This is like basic war tactics, one-on-one. Yeah, divide and conquer. So people got to understand, man. And it is way more strategic than that. Like we can, like, if you really want to be technical, man, like I say, go watch Social Dilemma. It's on Netflix. I can't stress it enough when you watch that documentary on how they use social media, because social media just allow us to be spies on ourselves, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We tell all our information, and once we give up all that information, this is how Amazon know what to sell you, when to sell you, how to sell you. They know who buy, what part of the year, what part of the world, what ethnic group, what gender, age range. They know every motherfucking thing is only 12 months in the year. They know what sells and when don't sell. So it's not like they smart. They literally cheating. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
we giving them the cheat code though.
That's all we doing. We giving them the information, man. Data is more important than oil. I'm telling y'all. And as AI progresses, I've been telling y'all this shit. Even when I talked about cashless society, man, that shit made World Star. They say this man here says this ain't gonna be no more cash. Now look around. If you ain't found $100 bill in your life, the chances of you finding one moving forward, slim to none. Cause don't nobody tote no motherfucking cash.
At all.
And when we go digital, CBDC, you might as well kiss it goodbye. People don't understand, right? I use this analysis all the time. I'm gonna show you just how, I hate to say we as people dumb, but I'm gonna show you how programmed we are, right? We already know that the dollar was backed by gold, meaning gold was too heavy. People can come in, steal your gold. So what they did, you take the gold to the bank will give you promissory notes, which are dollar bills. That's equivalent to the gold that you brought in, right? When they done that so long, they just got rid of the gold and just gave us dollars, which put them in a powerful position because that ain't God's money. That's man's money. They can print this shit whenever they want. So now that we move from dollars not being backed by gold, they went digital. This is the part about this that I always talk about. We so brainwashed to the point when you go out and you do a job, like a real job, a job that'll pay you every 6 months. When you done doing that job, all they gonna do is give you some numbers and zeros. That shit is crazy when you think about it. They put a fake dollar on your sweat equity.
Yep.
And it's programmable money. So if you get out and protest, you want to talk about this judge or you want to talk about not voting, they cut your money off. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want you to buy herbs from this shop, people who really helping people with cancer and other different, diabetes and all this, they don't want you, cut your money off. It's all about programming, because once they go digital, like they doing now, you see they done burnt down 12 junkyards because they trying to get rid of all the old cars. And moving forward, they want all the new cars to have all this technology, which they're going to take and sell to other companies and use against you. You know what I'm saying? And once they do that, you could kiss your grandkids. It's over.
Yeah. And see, how I look at it is this, and understanding the money cycle. First of all, why would you want something that's digital? Because if I got something tangible, if I got legal tender, tangible, no matter if the system go out today, tomorrow, whenever, I got something that I can touch and back up. You know what I mean? And the more digital we go, and we should see this now. And as people across the country, they should actually be against the digital movement, because even when I do my clubs and stuff, I ain't taking no digital dollars. I do a little bit of Cash App, Apple Pay, stuff like that. But for you to go to that bar and swipe your card, right? Oh no, because today you had a great time. You bought 3 sections,
right,
you spent $1,100. Tomorrow you wake up and you done go call the bank talking about you done disputed it. So now I done lost $1,100 6 times a night because everybody came here flexing. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's just the trend of way things go. It's so much now. I call it soft arm robbery. Cause you know what I'm saying? We come from an era where robbers will look you in your face. They kicking the door in. I respect a person that can come kick the door in, look you in your eyes and take something. You know what I mean?
You like my dog used to say, a robber gonna run away and a con man gonna walk away. Right.
So now we got the soft arm robbers. They underhand, they underhand rob you, but they robbing your grandma. Right. They take it from anybody. Right. Now Greta got to fight back. How she get her 401k back? Because you just went online and you know your fingers. I can't respect the soft arm robber.
That's true. No, ain't no more gangsterism.
Nothing.
They
took all the gangsta.
Hey, this gonna blow your mind, right? All right. I did a video on this earlier today, right? And this is how, like, people think when it comes like to racism, they think it's just either physical or mental. No, it's also through paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You can castrate a culture through paperwork.
Systematic.
So they got this shit gonna blow your mind. And this is how you know this whole system is ran by demonic people or just sick ass people, right? They trying to get rid of the word mother and father, right? Saying that it's outdated or whatever the case. That's a motherfucking lie, all right? They basically trying to say you're becoming like a gesturing parent or whatever, right?
What?
Yeah, gesturing, and that basically means what they saying is this, right? On paper, you're not a mother or father no more. You're just a gesturing parent, and gesturing is basically a person that holds a baby in their uterus from start to finish to delivery. So you're just
a guardian.
Basically, that's all. You just someone who's what they call a surrogate. So you basically just here to hold a baby in the womb, and when it's done, you hand it over to, which we do that anyway.
We do that anyway with birth certificates.
Through birth certificates. So now through paperwork, you even more. They push you even more out the way. You ain't even consider a mother or father. So when they consider you gesturing, it's like you just a person that holds a fetus until start to finish, and that's it. Which makes you even more degraded when it comes to parenting. This shit is crazy. Like, and it's starting in New York, right? And they got other places too. But how in the fuck can something like that come across your front desk and you go out and talk to the town and talk to these people knowing y'all trying to cook up some shit? That's why I say people in politics, you gotta watch, man. You can't be a good person in politics. It doesn't, you can't come in there trying to change shit. We don't want you to change shit. We want you to go with the plan. And it's crazy, dog. They can do shit like that. And it's like, don't nobody see what the fuck going on.
Well, they see it and then they just don't want to see it. So that's just the new 3/5 of a person.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And even politicians that want to be honest, and I know, like I said, I grew up around some great stuff and great politicians and all that, but like I tell them, a lot of them got too soft. Because you can't fight fire without fighting fire, you know. And right. I even tell people sometimes you got to do some honest dirt. It's a such thing called honest dirt. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you on the field and they playing dirty, you got to throw some dirt in somebody's eyes.
That's true.
You know, you can't just wait on the referee to call everything because they got the refs too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You got to play dirty a little bit.
You got to play dirty.
This is chess, not checkers.
It's like you trying to walk through a pigsty with all white on, not trying to, you going to get a couple of specks of dirt on you.
I say that too. Yeah.
You got to get your hands dirty a little bit. Just to save yourself, just to keep the scoreboard straight. Mm-hmm. If I know you, just like I got a motto: when somebody do some fuck nigga shit, you do some real nigga shit.
Facts. You mirror that. Okay, I got you.
It's a lot, but it's a lot come with doing some real nigga shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I ain't even got to step outside my boundaries, but when you step outside yours, I can definitely put you back in place.
Right.
That's you know? True. So we have to understand how to be able to fight the fights that we have, because if we don't, we keep getting left behind, and the only thing we do is complain, and complaining not equivalent to doing different.
Facts.
That's one of the bars. Been one of my records. Like it's not equivalent to doing different. All we do is complain, tell the people, oh, look how they treating us, and do this and this and that, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Time to get it right.
It's even to the point where how they systematically do is when you go to jail. Mm-hmm. You go to jail, they tell you don't smile. You want me to look like a criminal?
Exactly.
No. Listen.
Psychologically,
I'm gonna take my picture smiling because this is how I take my picture. Now, if you don't want to take my picture, I ain't gotta have no booking picture.
Right.
You know, but it's the way that I know what you finna paint.
Yeah, it's a programming.
Because now you finna put this online and you finna have me looking like that nigga you want me to look like.
And that's what they do. I've been talking about that for a long time. Like different cultures. Like if a white person was to commit a crime, they found a family picture.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't understand. Like, go read the book, man, by Eric Bernays, man. They call him the propaganda king. He's the reason for you eating breakfast. He's the reason women started smoking cigarettes. A lot of presidents used them to run their campaigns and shit like that, man, because he knew how to spread propaganda and get into people's minds. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna bring this up too while we on here, right? I did a video because I go through the comments, man. I just, sometimes it gives me inspiration to talk about certain things. So for some reason, right, every time I speak about religion, it's a touchy topic, but we starting to crack it all. You know what I'm saying? Because I come to y'all with like I tell y'all go research yourself. Real. I told them, I say, listen, did y'all know? And a lot of people don't know this, that the Bible is banned in over 52 countries, and a lot of people scratching their head. Didn't know that. Now Canada is banning the Bible, right? So what you got to do is ask yourself this: why? Because as this gets out, like you said, it's not just poisoning a group of people; it's splattering on everybody, and that's not what they want. It's like the music business. White kids was the biggest buyers of music. They didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of wanted to stay in the black neighborhood, but it became something that white kids loved, right? This is, like I say, you can't escape harmony, no matter how you do it. But like you say, you're going to get some splatter, going to get people that's nearby. And they don't want that. They just want it to stay, on the core focus. But every time I speak about, religion, man, it just, but people starting to wake up, man, because like I say, This is the information age, you know what I'm saying? And I have to come at people that way because we're running out of time, man. Pretty soon, it's gonna be robo cops knocking on your door, and like I tell y'all, the more everything that's on the central grid is controllable. So these gadgets you see around you, they can communicate with each other through Wi-Fi. This is how you can print from your phone, because we look at Wi-Fi as Wi-Fi. No, that's the way they communicate. Just like I'm communicating with you, that's how they communicate.
Telepathic.
You know what I'm saying? It can communicate through Wi-Fi.
Right.
So one machine can tell another machine to do this, to do that, and whoever control that shit, hey, they can run your car off a cliff. or they could turn the thermostat up in your house, lock your doors. So the more stuff become on the grid, the more it's controllable. And once that happens, it is over. Because you cannot beat a half man, half robot, or a robot. And if you did, they're gonna have some type of law to throw your ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to tell y'all now. The only way it's gonna be a change is there has to be a war. War brings peace, and you cannot be rational with the unrational.
Nope. You're right about that. And I believe that once we hit to that point, and people gotta understand what religion is. Religion is simply just a way of thinking. You know what I mean? We get up, we brush our teeth, wash our ass, go to work religiously. Right. You know what I mean? It's a way of thinking. And on top of that, you got so many people, especially when we look at, and I tell people this about the Bible. You know, we all in the course in our culture, we all pretty much came up through. We found God through the gateway. The gateway to God was Christianity. You know, but the Bible was the first mixtape ever dropped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, when you think about it, and it's been played with so much.
Remix took this out.
Yeah, you took this out. You know, with 88 Bibles, but you only gave it 66. You know what I'm saying? Well, what about the other books?
Right.
And I even man, I tell people this, my favorite person in the Bible, we only got one verse about him. And we talk about one of the most important things in the Bible. When we go to Hebrew, we talk about faith. Faith is something hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Through faith, Enoch was translated by death. Wait a moment. Well, who is this nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga never seen death.
Right.
This the rawest nigga ever.
Book of Enoch, y'all really gonna get it.
But they took out the book of Enoch. Why are we taking out the book of Enoch? Because Enoch talk about, the aliens, the wars, the different things that happen.
The Nephilims.
The Nephilims.
Fallen angels and
it's so hard for people to believe about a Nephilim, but we understand the bigger story with David and Goliath.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what you think? The Giants just went away after that? They still here.
This is my thing. Not to cut you off. Why? Oh man. Why is it when you tell a person a lie, they believe it, and when you tell them the truth, you got to have all kind of examples. You got to have all type of evidence. When you tell them the truth, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something that I'll never, ever understand. A big could tell you a lie and you won't question that shit.
Well, truth makes you in denial.
Basically.
So just like you could tell a person, and we could talk about biblical stuff, you could actually have proof, because now it's so much technology out. Even the word tell us study to show our self-approval.
Right.
It's so much technology out that just outdate the Bible. Actually just shows, okay, this right here come from this, and this story is a little different.
Right.
But theologically, everybody don't want to be so theological.
Right.
They go paint their own narrative. That's what a lot of pastors, do. Because you got to think the church and the club the same thing.
Right.
They both a business. That's why churches turn into clubs and clubs turn into churches. It's a perfect building. You know what I mean? And you got the same thing going on. You got the choir, you got the DJ, you got the crowd coming in. Everybody pass around some type of plate. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to get a buck out of here.
That's true.
So we gotta think, and we got the master himself. We got the main artist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The pastor finna come up as the main artist.
Yeah,
and finna drop his thing. And you gotta think about it. All the people that was in the clubs back in the old days
are pastors and pimps too now.
Pimps, pastors, dope dealers, and guess what? The same people that was going out every week, they going to church and they get their Sunday's best, just like you went Saturday night, Friday night, and went to the club and went to the store and bought something just to go ahead and go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't think Deacon Johnson over there sitting over there, his thing cocked up, looking at you walk by with this tight little dress on, and you just standing there doing your little 1-2. Girl, you shaking that ass in this church.
Yeah, it's the same song and dance. I ain't never looked at it like that, bro. Call like, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, people are very touchy about it. But like I said, like I tell black churches, the bigger the church, the bigger the scam. So let's just say this, all right? If you're a black church or you on the board or if you represent a church or whatever, as a black church, what y'all need to do is, instead of taking people's money every week that don't have no money, take up offerings for a certain amount of time and start a business. Do like other churches do. Other churches, they don't just go around collecting money. These churches have real estates. They have different businesses, traveling companies. Black churches are the only ones that will not take their tithing money and build businesses on so that it doesn't put strain on their congregation. But we know why, okay? And we understand all that. You understand me? But if you smart and you study other churches, that's what they do. That's why I say I've done videos of churches who the pastor done laundered $7 million. Where you get $7 million of the church's money? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. So what we got to start doing, man, is first of all, you got to be real with yourself. You can't be scared of religion. You have to understand that fear is a business. Ignorance is a business. Okay? And ignorance is the most expensive thing in the world because you're going to pay for it mentally, physically, and financially.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And the word ignore is in the word ignorance. So at some point, like you said, you just turn a blind eye. Because some people, you can't wake them, and some people don't want to be woke. They peep their eye open, they close that bit down because they benefit from people not knowing. You see what I'm saying? Like, they benefit from people not being educated, and they don't want people like me to come in and disrupt their agendas. You see what I'm saying?
Of course. So you got to think about this. And this is what I would challenge all black churches. We got more black churches in any neighborhood anywhere. But all these black churches taking up all these black offerings, and we ain't got no black banks.
Yeah.
That's my issue. You know, take up all the offering you want. But you mean to tell me Sister Martha been giving her money here for 40 years,
right?
And she finna lose her house from property taxes.
It won't help her.
And the white bank that you've been putting the money in is buying her property.
Whoa. Hold on. We got to say that again. Hey, you see what he just said? Break that down one more time, bro.
Okay, Sister Martha, glory to you. You know what I mean? She been a deaconess here for 36 years. You know what I mean? She sit on the funding board. She done got the building campaign going down. Right. She been tithing every Sunday.
For how long?
For 37 years, going on 38. You know, I'm going on 30. Her grandchildren go here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sister Martha, she in all white every first Sunday for communion.
Right.
She's here when they had Sunday service, evening service.
Right.
Now, she's in a financial bind.
Right.
She's finna lose her house due to property tax, $2,000.
Couple thousand.
And she, and the bank that the church that she go to, they bank with Bank of America.
Yeah.
Bank of America is finna buy her property.
With what money?
With her money.
The church's money.
With the church's money. Don't they say, oh, don't play with the church's money. And the church then put $20 million in this account in 30-something years.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? And how much property has this church helped these people buy away from their own members?
Now that's pimping.
Man, that's super pimping.
That's pimping. And basically what he's saying for y'all in the back is that you have a church member, could be you or somebody you know, been going to church for over 30 years, and you come into a financial bind. You want a little money from the church. Church ain't gonna give it to you. But all that money they get from tithing over all them 30 years, they put that money in the same bank that is about to buy her house.
Man.
That's pimping.
Man, pass the collection plate round. We gonna put the cash app on the bottom and they giving their money away.
That's pimping. Now that's pimping.
That's real pimping.
That's pimping.
And we praying, oh, Sister Martha, please, y'all, let's come together and let's pray for Sister Martha so she don't lose her house. Nigga, pastor.
Whoa. Yeah.
Why we ain't got a first Baptist credit union? You know what I'm saying? Why we ain't got the Pentecostal Church of the Bank of America
with the money in there and able to take that money and loan to it's treated like a bank, like you say, like a bank. You know what I'm saying?
The Jews got
That's
that.
Crazy.
The Muslims can go to their own bank. I got a partner own some car lots and stuff. And he was telling me about how the Muslims they get loans 0 interest.
The Vatican too. The matter of fact, the Vatican got his own money.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And here we are. Christianity been pushed on us in slavery.
Forced on us.
Forced on us. And we've been preaching it. And now we in our own position to do this ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't blame no other race. We can't just say that we whitewashed we just spiritually still in slavery, because we have the power to do this ourselves.
Damn right.
But it's so much division within the Christian community, because we got so many different denominations. Nigga, ain't all y'all serving Christ, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Why y'all want to just come to, I always wondered that. Like, I'm from Belgrade. We ain't got but 15, 16 streets. You done been down. You done been to my mama's house and everything. Well, last I checked, we counted churches in Belgrade. It was over 44 churches. 44. I'm from a small city, man. All I'm saying is, I gotta say, the bigger the church, the bigger the scam. Because I know somebody who moved to Atlanta. No disrespect to Atlanta. She moved to Atlanta, right? And told me, man, she was going to the church for like 3 months. And one day they called in the room and say, we would like to see your W-2 to make sure you're giving your 10%.
Whew.
Some of these churches even got vending machines, not vending machines, but they got ATMs in it. So my thing is this, man, the church is the new hustle. Let's just call it like it is.
I'll be a pastor, make a couple million.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and this is my thing. This is what I tell people, too, because they want pastors to do certain. If you're doing God's work, you should be blessed. You know what I mean? You should have things in the budget if you actually doing God's work. Yeah. Because it's also kind of hard for me to believe in you and talk about you a prosperity pastor. Right. And you in the 2006 Corolla. You know what I mean? You know, a Grand Marquis. You know what I mean? The box edition. You know, it's kind of hard. I want you to be looking good and all that. Say how you got this. God did it. You know what I mean? But spread the wealth around. Don't sit here and lie to me. Don't hustle nobody, because God can bless anybody. He has no respect to person. But when you starting to use God's name in vain and financial gain, that's where we cross the line at. You know what I'm saying? And all people, I'm just gonna say, I mean, all other races do it too. Right. But all people have definitely got into the God hustle. And I'm talking about and milking the fuck out of God. You hear me?
That's the new hustle. Woof. I remember I rented a church in the A in Atlanta. And I ain't gonna lie, I did a video, man. I did a song called Step Off in My Church. And when I rented the church to do the video, man, them boys was in there smoking weed. Them boys was in there chilling. We were hanging in God's, in the vicinity of God's building. And I'm cool. Like I say, none of that. Y'all know how I rock. We ain't even got to go there. Shit, I'm just. But at the same time, I'd rather take it like that. Like, be straight up. Me too. Be hiding and try to act like you so sanctified and you want to run around the corner and get your little bumpy and a little one-on-one. You want to with a little Johnson & Johnson. I'd rather you be straight up and show it. Okay, that's what it is. But for the most part, ignorance is the most expensive thing in the world. Okay. And I keep trying to tell y'all, man, ain't nobody finna part the clouds and come down to help you, man. You gotta understand the anti-literacy law. We was. Why you think them slaves, when they be talking on the movie, they be saying yes sir or your master, cause they was dumb by law. By law, they had to be. The anti-literacy law prohibited you from being educated from your slave master or other slaves. Like, come on, bro. It's like y'all gotta wake up. It's 2026. You know, I understand that your perception of reality is governed by other people, and they pumping that shit in you through social media. And it's social media. The algorithm is like a narcissist. It learns you to burn you. So basically, when you on your social media, you're falling in love with yourself. Right. So it's like you in a psychosis. Yeah, you in a straitjacket. You don't know. You're like, damn, everything I see is what I like, because you telling it what you like, and it hitting you. Go watch Social Dilemma. And sometimes you got to unplug from that phone. You feel me? But like I'm telling y'all, once AI hit totally, it is over. OV. You feel me? But listen, man, tonight was a good one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to come back and do this. Y'all know, man, we bring that real shit. We talk about that real shit. We talk about shit people scared to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I be all in the Bahamas taking pictures, and people be like, they love what we do. We're going to keep on bringing it. We're going to keep on talking that shit, okay?
You know what's crazy before we get up out of here? Right. How, when we go back to Christianity, and if we actually was looking at Christ, the only times Christ stepped in the church, what did he do? He flipped that motherfucker upside down.
Right.
Because the Philistines in there gambling, doing all that. Because Christ was out here, he was a street nigga.
Right.
He was out in the streets
Right.
with some gangsta ass niggas
Yeah.
going across,
Yeah.
preaching the word.
Right.
He never was inside the synagogue.
Right.
You know what I mean? The only times he went there, he was
Right.
going there, he cussing out everybody in here. You niggas in here tripping. Boy, y'all using my father's name in vain.
Right.
So I think people miss that part of and also Christ said, hey, don't worship me, worship my Father, which is the spirit and truth. But we got all this Christianity movement.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother topic, man.
Yeah,
We'll get
all
I just want to
materials.
drop that. That's just, you know, I just want people to think about that. You know what I mean? If we really
Leave it on
thinking
their
about
brain.
God.
Leave it on your brain, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
it.
Something for you to think about, you know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid, you know what I mean? Don't be scared, okay? And like I tell y'all all the time, man, all this information out here for you to go research it, you know what I'm saying? Everything I talk about, go research it. I tell y'all, if you follow me on YouTube, I drop videos daily. Y'all already know how I rock. Y'all know what time it is, man. You can go research this stuff. We learn from each other. This is a community where, like I say, we passing information along, because that's what we doing. We taking our platforms and our time on these platforms and not just being entertained, but we actually learning from each other. So I just want to say thanks to y'all, man. And again, man, listen, man, let's run them sponsors
Gotta
one more
get the
time.
sponsors. Gotta get the
Phil.
sponsors.
Credit Mechanics, man, if you're trying to get it, get your business going. Don't build your credit to tear it down. Don't get your credit right to go buy purses and shoes and want to go to the club and all that. Get your business together, man. Build your credit. Go build your business. Call Credit Mechanics, okay? Also, man, cleaning company, man. If you need your house clean, your business clean, you got your office or whatever, these are the people you need to call. Great prices, good people, and you can put them on a monthly, weekly schedule. They'll come in and get you right, okay? That's just what it is. Also, Ubuntu Apparel. Y'all see, got it on, keep it on. And every time I go on, especially on the boat, when I'm on the cruise, man, a lot of them people that's on the cruise, they work in other countries. They know what Ubuntu is, and they always stop me. They be blow. Like, damn, man, how you know about this? Listen, I know this is a way of life. It means I am because we are. So make sure you hit the website. Go to ubuntuapparel.com. That is fashion with a purpose. And before we go, what we got here, bro?
Von Sway. We got the
Swizzy.
champagne of the century is coming right here. I'm talking about some new one of the decade. Von Sway champagne. Everywhere you go be able to find it, man. Go ahead and get you a sip of this greatness. You know what I'm saying? A luxury taste for a luxury lifestyle.
Hey, and there you have it. Make sure y'all go follow us on our platform. So tell them your platform, man. Let's so we get up out of here.
Hey, J Lone the entertainer. J Lone the entertainer. J Lone the entertainer.
That's you.
It's time to ride.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Like I tell y'all all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. We'll get you with y'all on the next one, man. Yes, sir.